Hello, assalamu alaikum. How are you, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to this evening's Facebook Live. I'm going to be talking about the former APRC executive, the executive of Fabakary Tombong Jatta that was dismissed. And I'm going to talk about Fabakary Tombong Jatta himself. I'm going to talk about Fabakary himself. I am going to touch a little bit on the election results of last weekend, or the weekend before this one just gone. And I'll talk about a few other things, current things that are affecting the Republic of the Gambia. Alright, so it will not be a long Facebook Live. I intend to spend just an hour on this thing. I will go in detail, more detail, regarding the election results, the petition, the alleged rigging of the vote. So that one I'll do in English strictly, but today I want to switch to our own languages today so people can understand. I want this message to get to the former APRC executive, the executive that Yahya Jammeh dismissed, and they're refusing to return the party materials to the new executive of the APRC. So you guys, this one is going to be short, swift. I want you guys to listen to two important audios. This just goes to show you that the former APRC executive were not there for the members of the APRC. They are very unpatriotic. They swallow their own material that they coughed out. They basically lie now. They're on a lying trip. Hands down, they're lying to the APRC supporters. They're lying to the Gambian population. They're lying to the whole world. And they have no shame. These people have been exposed so many times. But for some reason, I just don't, something's wrong with these people, honestly. But I'll come to it. Because for some reason, Gambian people do not like calling out lies. Grown-ups, granddads, grandparents can stand in front of people. I don't mind if it's private. Okay, that's private, that's family business. But if you run an institution and you lie, you're just a liar, simple as that. And I'm not going to mince my words. I actually mean that Fabakary Tombong Jatta and some of his executive members were lying hands down. And I'll play the audio so you can listen. These were the same people we helped, we fed, we supported, we clothed, and they probably were benefiting. Their family members were living off the contributions of APRC members like myself. We supported them, we stood by them, we made people proud of them, we made them our leaders. It's only now that I knew that Fabakary Tombong Jatta and his people right down have got capacity. Well, I've always known it, to be honest with you. But now I'm going to go public because they decided they were going to go public with their lies, with their scamming attitude, and with their deliberate attack on the people who are more APRC, more loyal loyal to APRC than they are. And the people they are attacking were APRC before Fabakary Tombong Jatta himself, before Fabakary himself. These people that are attacking the loyal APRC, long-term APRC members, hard-working APRC members, they're all opportunists. This is why they want to borrow. But I'll break that down in a minute. So basically, all the people on my walls today, on my Facebook pages today, they all agree that Fabakary Tombong Jatta lied. The problem they have is that you can't tell a Gambian person that they're lying, especially when they're grown-ups. Even when the grown-up doesn't respect themselves, doesn't respect their religion, doesn't respect the institution, doesn't care about their country. I'll start with Fabakary Tombong Jatta's audio so you guys can know why I had to reply to him, because they've been lying for too long. They've been doing this in the WhatsApp forum, by the way, and never came out public with it. But they've gone public with it. I'll go public with it, toe to toe. And I'm not attacking these people, because when I start going on the offensive, they will have absolutely no place to hide. They can't take it. They know that. If I want to go on the offensive against this APRC executive, they'll have absolutely no ability to withstand the barrage of information that I'm going to pull out against them. All right? So right now, my activities with them is limited to responding to their gibberish. That's all I'm interested in doing. Whatever garbage they spew out, I'll just recollect that garbage and send it back at them and add a little bit of spice to it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get them to eat their own words. I'm going to play Fabakary Tombong Jatta's own words today so you can get to eat them, because this is what these people are. They don't believe in anything. They're not loyal to anyone. They're not patriotic. They care little about the country. It's about what they can get out of every situation, including fundraising activities that take place inside the APRC. if you don't promise them their own cut, or if you don't put them at the forefront where they can get their own cut, you will get absolutely no support. And this is evident. The UK branch, via one of our members, wanted to raise funds for the APRC so that we will be ready for this presidential campaign that we're dealing with right now. And they sabotage the fundraising. I'll come to that in a minute. That's all they do. These people, you don't give them anything, even if it's for the benefit of the institution, they will not support it. The only thing they'll support is something that leaves their pockets heavier than before that event started. All right, so now I found the audio. Let me put my phone on airplane mode so I don't get calls interrupting it. All right. You listen to Fabakary Tombong Jatta, a grown man, maybe in his 70s. Grown man. These people were hiding in 2017. They were not going on social media. They were not going on television stations. They were not having any interviews anywhere else. They were hiding when people like myself came out and started fighting to defend them, to defend the APRC, to defend President Jammeh. They were hiding. You will not see them. When I give them invites from Africa TV or Kerfatu or Fatu Network or Paradise TV or Block TV, they used to run away from interviews. They say, oh, you know, these Gambian media houses, they're hostile to APRC. They don't like APRC. Meanwhile, Lamin Tamba was going to these TV stations, to these radio stations, facing interviews, defending the APRC, defending President Jammeh because of what I got to find out in January 2017 and February 2017. And in March 2017, I joined the APRC and I never looked back. All right? So the same people today are saying, I'm not a genuine APRC. I've never been APRC according to FTJ, but you can hear it from the horse's mouth. The old horse, a wolfless one for that matter, you can listen to him. I have absolutely no respect for Fabakary Tombong Jatta anymore because one, he lied to the whole world. He said President Jammeh sent him to the alliance with the NPP. And when we were pushing and pulling between the NAM and the NEC, No Alliance Movement and the National Executive Committee, before President Jammeh spoke, they said, whatever President Jammeh said, they will go along with that. We said, whatever President Jammeh said, we will go along with that. That was the NAM versus the NEC. The No Alliance Movement of the APRC versus the National Executive Committee of the APRC. We both swore, once President Jammeh makes his position public, we will both follow that instruction. And when President Jammeh spoke in Kanilai publicly and said he never blessed this alliance with the NPP, they refused and said, oh, we're going to go ahead anyway. This is exactly what I want you people to understand, Gambian people. That these people are there for nothing but their pockets, the vehicles they drive, the food they eat, the clothes they wear, and whoever they go to bed with. That's all they care about. They don't believe in Gambianness. They don't believe in patriotism. They don't believe in nationalism. They don't believe in Pan-Africanism. They don't believe in alleviating the suffering of Gambian people. In fact, the suffering APRC supporters have been feeding these people and their families for 4 good years before they decided they were going to slap the APRC members in their faces. Yes, on their faces, they went, bang, we're going to go to Barrow and form an alliance and we don't care what you're doing. Adiata meye, akuyata meye, kumne, kumnahari, ansumum, ansumutum. They were going to Barrow regardless. Why were they going to Barrow? The same people who said the most ugly, grotesque, heinous things against Adama Barrow. And rightly so, because they know. This is not believing. They know Barrow is not good for the Gambia. They know Barrow is not competent. They know Barrow is not able. They know Barrow is not educated. They know Barrow is not patriotic. They know the wealth of the nation is being given to external forces, external nations for the benefit of external forces and foreign investors at the expense of the Gambian public. They are the ones that stood up at APRC rallies and said exactly these things. They were following the line that an opposition party should be following, exposing the government of the day, holding the government of the day to account, scrutinizing them, and exposing their inefficiencies or deficiencies so that we can come back into government and replace them and correct these issues that will help the Gambian people. What did the former executive of the APRC under Fabakary Tombong Jatta do? They made a 360 degrees turn, and they didn't turn for the better, they turned for the worse. They said, the enemy is there, Satan is there. He's bad. He's the enemy. He's APRC's enemy number 1. He's Gambia's enemy number 1. They made a 360 degree turn all because of money, material, and what they can get for themselves, places and positions to go and support Adama Barrow. So they went with no respect for anyone. They didn't respect the APRC supporters. They didn't consult them until they received the firefight from APRC supporters. One of them, me, many of them had a firefight. When they sent them guns blazing, no, we're not going to go to Barrow. How dare you take a massive party like the APRC, a nationalist party, a Pan-African party, and try to hand it to Adama Barrow, one of the most un-nationalist party, one of the most hating people to the African race or West African subcontinent. Yes, because Barrow is giving all our sovereign wealth to the Chinese and to the EU. That's what he's done. And he's bound to continue unless we remove that man clean. That's what the APRC party did. People like me came when it was hot inside the APRC, when Gambia was at the brink of civil war, to defend the APRC, to defend the 209,000 APRC voters and the other APRC members who didn't vote in 2016 elections, to defend them, to stand up, to take the bullet for the coward APRC executive who were refusing to go to media interviews at the time. Between January 2017 and October 2017, whenever I passed these people the interviews to come with me on board to iAfrica or to other TV stations or to other radio stations, they used to run away. They used to flee. Rambo himself, the guy who calls himself Rambo, the coward, he calls himself a Jatto, he's a Nyankumo. Rambo himself, when I said to him, I've got invite to go to television for debate for the mayoral race in 2018, the chap was running away from the debate. It's the same chap who's calling people illiterate, fake lawyers, fake jangis, fake intellectuals here and there. When I sent him invites to go to the mayoral debate, he ran away. Oh, that TV station wants to interview you and talk about your manifesto, what plans you have for KMC. He ran away. He knows very little. The guy always follows where his mouth is. Fair enough, if you earn it. But don't go around sucking around people so you can earn a living. That's wrong. Guy has got absolutely no capacity. He's the same guy who's standing up and starts insulting people, calling people names, insulting President Jammeh, calling President Jammeh names, insulting APRC supporters, calling APRC supporters names. Yes, that same Rambo. That was running away. Timid, wet rat. In 2017, 2018, he was hiding. He couldn't face the media. He couldn't go to any interviews. He ran away from the mayoral debate. Yes, I know, because I was part of the people who worked on Rambo's manifesto for KMC, and he had one of the best manifestos for the KMC mayoral race. I edited it for him. I have the rough copy till this day, and I have the edited copy that I worked on until the finished product. He had one of the best manifestos, the best ideas to present, and they were credible. Oh, the same people. Oh, Lamin Tamba is not genuine APRC. Oh, he came in. He was part of the people who fought President Jammeh. I never actually fought President Jammeh. Until the impasse 2016, I was not involved in Gambian politics. I never voted for anybody in Gambian politics. The 1996 election, I think I was probably underage. I didn't get a voter's card. Just under the age. I didn't get a voter's card. 2001, I traveled before the presidential elections. I was not in Gambia in 2006. I was not in Gambia in 2011. I was not in Gambia in 2016. 2021, I supported a party endorsed by President Jammeh. That's the GDC, APRC, GAP, and the Independent Candidate Alliance. I was never ever part of any group opposing President Jammeh. I never ever opposed President Jammeh politically. The comments that they're screenshotting and sharing were based on posts that were posted on Gambia Youth and Women Forum during the impasse. I didn't know, little did I know, that the posts that were on Gambia Youth and Women Facebook group, most of them were made up. In fact, the NPP guys that are in NPP now, who used to oppose President Jammeh, said that they used to make up these stories against President Jammeh. They knew the stories were false. So I was responding to what was posted on Gambia Youth and Women Forum during the impasse 2016, 2017. But even during the impasse 2016, I wrote a glowing post praising President Jammeh for his development record. That was on the 2nd or on the 3rd or on the 6th of December 2016. I was, according to Fabakary Tombong Jatta, I was part of the group of people who were fighting President Jammeh, exposing him, saying all sorts of stuff, contributed to his departure. No. President Jammeh allegedly lost the election before I got involved in Gambian politics. I didn't participate a penny. I didn't participate one intellectual property to the campaign against President Jammeh in 2016. My first post ever in Gambian politics was a praise for President Jammeh. Let me see if I can find that post actually. I'll tell you the exact date that I wrote in favor of President Jammeh after being told about what he did for Gambian people. And that was December 2016. The comments I was writing on Gambia Youth and Women Forum, that their screenshot, I made it look like, oh, Lamin Tamba was part of the campaign group against Jammeh, or was part of UDP, or was part of Coalition 2016, is all rubbish, all garbage. They just do not have any capacity or anything that they can pin on Lamin Tamba. This is why they're doing everything possible to make up something. But you see, every time they make up something, they fail. Because people, I am blunt, straight. I rev freely. I'm naturally aspirated. I do not mess about. If I don't like something, I'll tell you I don't like it. If Fabakary Tombong Jatta lied like he did in Buyam when he went to a victory celebration, I don't know what victory he was celebrating. But if you went to celebrate a victory, why are you fighting with people? Why are you bad-mouthing people who made you Fabakary Tombong Jatta? I know how Fabakary Tombong Jatta succeeded in becoming Serekunda East MP. I was part of the process that made him MP of Serekunda East. I was 13, 14 or 15 at the time, right? I was in school. I was standing secretary of an association that helped Fabakary Tombong Jatta become an MP of Serekunda East. The people of Talinding and Serekunda East refused to pick him so he can become their MP. They said he done nothing for Serekunda East, nothing for Talinding, and he's not from the area. They said he's from Nyomi. He needs to go to Nyomi and contest there. That's what they were saying at the time. I didn't know him that well. I was just in a position of responsibility as a 14-year-old, 15-year-old, doing something, trying to help the Fonyi Combo Association, which was run by Pa Kitum Jiba. I was helping FTJ win the support of KMC, Serekunda East people, convince them that he's from Talinding. That's what the association was doing. As a standing secretary for them, because their secretary is often busy or late at times to meetings, and I was standing in and writing their minutes, writing their programs and doing the stuff for them as a 14, 15-year-old, helping Fabakary Tombong Jatta become what he is today. So if I want to claim glory, I can tell Fabakary Tombong Jatta that I was APRC before him. But I was not APRC. I just happened to live with my uncle at the time, and he headed the Fonyi Combo Association that helped President Jammeh strip his uniform and contest as a civilian president. It was just a coincidence. And I was just able to write stuff. I was able to program stuff. I was able to set an organization, a huge organization, on the wheels of motion. That's what I was doing at the age. At the age of 19, 20, I was talking to the public, representing people better than Fabakary Tombong Jatta would ever do. Because everyone I represented went on to be a successful organization or an institution. And I never spoke like Fabakary Tombong Jatta at his age of 70 or 70-something. I was better at getting people together at age 19, 20 when I was the head of School of Public Health, Gambia College. I was able to negotiate a truce between President Jammeh and the student union that demonstrated or protested in April 2000. We set up an ad hoc student union on behalf of the Gamsu that fled the country. When the deadly demonstrations of 2000 happened, we went to President Jammeh and appealed to him for peace. We negotiated to a point where most of the students that were arrested were released. The majority of them or all of them were never charged in the end. I spoke better at that age than a 70-year-old Fabakary Tombong Jatta. I don't go around disrespecting people, telling them you're not this, telling them what they're not. That's Fabakary Tombong Jatta. That's your character. You've been exposed, lied to the globe, that President Jammeh sent you to Adama Barrow. Even if President Jammeh told you to go and form an alliance with Adama Barrow. But Adama Barrow refused to meet the preconditions like he did. Why did you continue to form an alliance between the APRC and the NPP, knowing fully well, Fabakary Tombong Jatta, that you received no fulfillment of the preconditions from Barrow. You knew that. Barrow only gave you guys 10 banging, clanging old vehicles and 3 million or 4 million or more than that, because you still have not disclosed to the APRC supporters as to what amount of money Barrow gave to you people. We're all speculating that this money could be 3 million, could be 4 million, could be each of them has had 6 million compensation from Barrow for handing the APRC, part of the APRC, to him. Fabakary Tombong Jatta, you and I today, if we walk the streets of the Gambia together, they'll be calling one a liar, they'll be calling one a patriot. And the two tags are obvious. Because you, Fabakary Tombong Jatta, deceived APRC supporters, lied all the way. Barrow told you that you started this connivance, you started these deals. Sorry for using connivance, that's Fabakary Tombong Jatta's own word. That you've been conniving since 2017. That you went to him, Barrow said, you went to him and told him that the election in 2016 was not rigged. But you guys told President Jammeh that the election was rigged. And you were supporting President Jammeh's petition against the IEC in December 2016. You said the election was rigged. Yankuba Colley said the election was rigged. But Yankuba Colley's audio in Star FM the other day said Gambian elections can never be rigged. I'll play Yankuba Colley's audio too so you guys can hear it. Fabakary Tombong Jatta, you and I cannot walk the streets of the Gambia today and have the same respect from Gambian youth, Gambian population, because they know you now. They know your executive very well. They know you're not about the Gambia. You're only after your personal interest. You said in 2017, 2018, that you were not interested in the leadership of APRC. You were just holding it until APRC finds a permanent leader. That permanent leader is President Jammeh. He dismissed you and you're refusing to go. Old man, please, have some respect. You don't want the position. Pick somebody else to lead the party. You failed, Fabakary Tombong Jatta. The role of a leader of a political party is to ensure you successfully lead your party into an election year. Conduct an election and hopefully you succeed in winning the election. Fabakary Tombong Jatta, just 4 years you've had. Just 4 years. You couldn't lead APRC into an election year. You couldn't lead APRC to the polls. You capitulated. You buckled. Spineless. You went and told APRC people, oh, we're going to borrow because we don't have any money. We're going to borrow because our numbers have dwindled. Where? Well, the APRC managed to give Mama Kande 105,000 votes. I don't know how many votes you gave to Barrow, but let's suppose you gave the same amount of votes to Barrow. That would have been 210,000 APRC supporters. And maybe, just maybe, if you had any spine, if you didn't buckle and took the APRC single-handedly into this presidential election, we might have emerged out of this election victorious. You failed. Even Ousainou Darboe is a better leader than you, Fabakary Tombong Jatta. Even Barrow is a better leader than you, Fabakary Tombong Jatta. Mama Kande cannot be compared to you, Fabakary Tombong Jatta. Even a National Unity Party, which was just formed, is better than you, Fabakary Tombong Jatta. Even SRFAL is better than you because they managed to put their parties through the test. They led their parties to an election year. They went to an election. Win or lose, they succeeded in the first mandate of a political party. Take your political party into an election. Win or lose, you would have achieved your aims and objective of a political party. Very unpatriotic. Sellouts. Money is your motivation, material. Otherwise, why else would anyone support Adama Barrow? You tell me. I cannot see any reason why any genuine Gambian, a patriot, development-loving Gambian, President Jammeh's loyal, would support Adama Barrow. Other than money and material, why else would you go and support Adama Barrow? Where's the money that APRC supporters gave you? APRC has always funded their rallies, always funded your nationwide tour. APRC was ready to fund your presidential campaign. APRC was ready to foot the bill. But you wanted money for yourself, not anyone else. You cannot take APRC to the party. You don't want to to the election. You don't want to resign and allow somebody else to take APRC to the election. Oh no, let me cash in. Let me cash in. Put money in my pocket. I get a new Pajero. My deputy party leader one can have a new Pajero. My deputy party leader too can sucker it and jimbo it like he used to say it. Last year, within the space of 3 months, we raised about $2 million via the global GoFundMe. Before that, we were funding every APRC rally, every nationwide tour. Why would the presidential campaign be difficult for us? You failed in your obligations. You didn't discharge your obligations. Your capacity is so low. You're talking like how I would talk when I was in primary school, possibly. All my life, I don't talk to people or about people like that anyway. I don't. All my life, even my childhood days. I've been leader all my life. Never talk to the people who follow me like that. Or the people who put me in their position and I follow them. Because leadership is about following the lead of your people. Your people tell you what to do, you do it. So a leader follows his people. A leader doesn't impose on his people like you people did in July. Or we're going to go to Barrow for the alliance, whether you like it or not. And when we started firing you guys hard, you decided, oh, we're going to go on consultation. A sham consultation, shambolic. You absolutely deserve no respect. Let me play his audio so you guys can hear it. I'm not making this up. This is Fabakary Tombong Jatta talking in Buyam in a supposed victory celebration where people are supposed to be happy. I've never seen such a bitter victory like these people. They call it victory. We'll see. You listen to Fabakary Tombong Jatta. Unfortunately, this is in Mandinka. I'll break it down in Mandinka now so people can hear it too. All right, listen. Wait, let me repeat it. Listen to Fabakary Tombong Jatta.
Bakar Saibo San. Analo Lamin ko mbugala dikato butel. Yo butel. Okay. Butel yerendi sajam. Aminga Lamin Tamba. Yo police. Yerendi sajam. Matar kujabi. Lamin Tamba. Wana na mantra APRC. Amustala ko APRC. Kabini yaya jamme be man sakunda. Nane na yaya jamme na ko man sakunda. Itolle yaya jamme kajabi fo yaya jamme bolta wato mi. Achana kana ko rapodo kana kana mali ka safele Facebook ka ereke ko konyo ko yaya jamme na purumba. Kabini ko yaya jamme bolta le. Na kuda ko me ko yaya jamme na. Amusa ko den jaya safari jaw baki against yaya jamme na man sakunda.
Okay, so guys, listen. He said I was part of the people who wrote lots of stuff until Jammeh lost the election. No, Fabakary Tombong Jatta iman tonya for ye wuliya fuji. I never wrote anything against President Jammeh. Wuliya fo. Aman keba wati I didn't wala wati. Ifangu ko nyari Fabakary Tombong Jatta's own proverb. Ako wuliya fo kadia ba tintole to. For tintole mbam fo minto. Niko nyo hay nang mul ko ale ni maje safu ko adunta jiokona for I don't know, I can't even remember his proverb. Ako, I was part of the people who fought President Jammeh for President Jammeh Botaje. That is absolute bonkers. I never ever fought against President Jammeh. I never even wrote stuff against President Jammeh until the impasse when I saw posts, and that was comments rather than a post writing against President Jammeh. That never happened. That were comments like, yeah, Jammeh wanted to kidnap 70 virgins and 100 babies. So I said, if he's going to do that, then he must go. So people wrote about the witch hunt. People wrote about the people President Jammeh killed. not knowing that these people were making these things up at the time, because I was new to Gambian politics. I didn't know what was right and what was wrong, and I never thought for a minute that people will just stand up and lie like that President Jammeh is going to kidnap 100 babies and 70 virgins. I didn't know there were people like Fabakary Tombong Jatta in our society who will stand up before the public and lie. I never knew that. Let Fabakary Tombong Jatta or any of his supporters bring out anything before the 2nd of December 2016 where I was fighting against President Jammeh. None of them. Since we started fighting in July, between the NAM and the NEC, No Alliance Movement and the National Executive Committee, none of them can find any single shred of evidence to say this is what Lamin Tamba said against President Jammeh before the 2nd of December 2016. Most of what they're seeing is not even posts. It's comments. People said about the witch hunt. People said about kidnap of babies. People said about killing of Fonyi people. People said about 70 or 100 virgins. I can't remember the full story now. Those were the comments they saw on Gambia Youth and Women Forum, period. That was during the impasse. But in January, one chap sat me down and sent me a book to read about President Jammeh's unprecedented development. In fact, on the 2nd or 3rd or 6th of December, I cannot remember now. I will find the post in a minute. I wrote a glowing tribute to President Jammeh in December 2016. A glowing tribute to say, no matter what people say about him, he's transformed the face of the Republic of the Gambia. By January 2017, I began to know the full truth. I started knowing who is who in Gambian politics and why they wrote what they wrote. And then I started taking back my words, my comments, and lots of things that I commented before. By March 2017, I apologized for every single thing that I wrote about against President Jammeh or on any of those Gambia Youth and Women Forum pages. And I joined the Aprc to defend President Jammeh, to defend the Aprc, to defend cowards that are now coming out and cashing in on our behalf. Cowards like Fabakary Tombong Jatta, like Rambo Jatta, like Yankuba Koli, who's talking now, who, when things were hot in the Gambia during that period, they were not going to go and fight anyone. They were not going to media interviews. They were all hiding. When I sent them media invites, they will hide. In 2017, until the buffer zone 28th of October 2017 rally that gave every APRC supporter, every Gambian person who was sympathetic to the APRC renewed belief that the APRC is still alive and is powerful. And I believe, personally, I don't know, after that rally on the 28th of October 2017, that's when Barrow saw that crowd at the buffer zone and he called in Sidinjai and Fabakary Tombong Jatta to go and sell their souls to the devil. Barrow said, all the money we contributed and gave to this executive, they've embezzled. They never share their financial statements. Oh, we don't have money to go into an election. Where's the 1.5 million, $2 million that we raised last year? Where did it go? They're going to Barrow looking for more money. Let me continue the audio. Fabakary Tombong Jatta said, I was part of the group of people who contributed, who campaigned against President Jammeh in 2016. He lied. Listen to more lies from him. He said, I was never APRC. Listen to more lies.
2017. Nani eti fonyi anataka fonyi fasa najo nani bejo karambe bara beje nyawo nyala nyama nani opo banama ndese ala kalingal ko anu taki nani achila panama.
Yo, he's swearing to the Quran again. This old man is something else. It's nothing I've come across before. He's swearing to the Quran again. So he said in 2017, I went to defend Fonyi, not the APRC. I got up in politics to defend Fonyi, not the APRC. But I started defending President Jammeh since December 2016. On the 26th of January 2017, I wrote another glowing tribute to President Jammeh and condemned Barrow for being sworn on foreign land and staying on foreign land 1 week after Jammeh's departure. That was January 2017. And in February 2017, I was fighting for the people of Kamfenda. And then I fought for the people of Combo when the Manjago lands were being taken by the people of Combo. And I fought for the people of CRR when Senegalese forces were coming and shooting them. Listen to him. Let him continue. UDP people, was I ever a UDP member? Did I ever contribute a bottle to UDP? Did I ever contribute intellectual property to UDP? UDP people, can you answer Fabakary Tombong Jatta? He said I was always UDP. Fabakary Tombong Jatta, when I gave you executive $54,000 in 2017 to be able to meet the expenses of the rally on the 28th of October 2017, when I was funding Honorable Amul Nyasi's campaign in March, April 2017, and go and ask Amul Nyasi, go and ask Bator Sise who's talking rubbish against me today, and I'm not going to go personal because I know those two people and yourself, Fabakary Tombong Jatta, very well. Go and ask them, when I was giving you guys money for your National Assembly elections, when I was giving you guys money to go and organize your 28th October 2017 rally, I was not UDP that time, was I? Fabakary Tombong Jatta, grown man like you, granddad, maybe great-granddad. Nko, ni mam fensoto be men fola molie. Ifo nyo Fabakary Tombong Jatta, iko ite man pare aka APRC lead kata electionoto. APRC la leadership kuo mantarela. Ite party karafa ite bulle. Ning wato sita nga permanent leader wato, soto wato mena ite be fonyon dinna because you're not interested. Yeah. Congress 2018 buyam, ali President Jammeh ke party leader ti, Supreme Party leader ti, flag bearer, and automatically President Jammeh chairman oti. Congress 2021, ila keynote speech Fabakary Tombong Jatta. Iko, you were sending tributes to your dynamic party leader in Equatorial Guinea. Your party leader, President Jammeh. Your dynamic party leader, President Jammeh. Repeatedly in your keynote speech at Penchami Hall, Fabakary Tombong Jatta. Covered by all Gambian media houses. Fabakary Tombong Jatta, you were saying Jammeh is your dynamic party leader. Our party leader in Equatorial Guinea. And you were the interim party leader. Jammeh was the party leader, Supreme Party leader, flag bearer, and chairman of APRC. If he gave you responsibility or delegated it to you, Fabakary Tombong Jatta, that didn't make you the APRC party leader. I know in 2019, you deliberately went to IEC and changed your title to party leader of APRC illegally. Again, when President Jammeh sacked you on the 15th of October 2021, you and your executive wrote to IEC and said, you, Fabakary Tombong Jatta, are the party leader of APRC and chairman. Who selected you? Congress 2018 didn't select Fabakary Tombong Jatta as the party leader and chairman. Congress 2021 didn't select him as the party leader and chairman. His chairmanship is delegated responsibility, and President Jammeh can take that away from him any minute like he did. President Jammeh took that away from him on the 15th of October 2021. Fabakary Tombong Jatta imu kebaleti, imu granddad leti or great granddad leti. Kana tinna nga nyo push and pull jang language wise. Ate watila. I'm telling you this now because nte mantera kodi nyinela, nte mantera palasi nyinela. I am not looking for position. I'm not looking for money. You're the ones that are going to borrow like little sissies begging to survive, borrow giving you money. You're the people going to borrow in the middle of the night, creeping and crawling into State House. Yes, you're the people doing it. You are the people who want to be ambassadors. You want to be ministers. You want to be advisors for the sake of your pockets at the expense of your country, the Republic of the Gambia, and at the expense of President Jammeh. You betrayed your party leader, Fabakary Tombong Jatta. You are disloyal to the APRC, a sackable offense, an offense which is a cause for expulsion from the APRC. That's what you did. Nobody ever heard that the APRC Congress was releasing President Jammeh of his responsibilities or relieving him of his responsibilities. Nobody ever heard that APRC, we never heard that the APRC was going into a party leader contest or a flag bearer contest. You guys retained your resolutions of 2018 at Congress 2021. You guys went to Congress 2021. You never announced that the party leader position of APRC was vacant. During Congress, you never told us that people were shortlisted in order to be selected as APRC party leaders. You never told us that the APRC party leadership has now changed. You've removed President Jammeh and replaced him with Fabakary Tombong Jatta. Why not in your keynote speech at Penchami Hall in 2021 February, Fabakary Tombong Jatta, you never said to the delegates and the entire world that you have been selected by Congress as the party leader to replace President Jammeh. Even UDP announced the vacancy of their party leader. They gave it 1 week, shortlisted people, had a contest at their Congress, whether it was a sham contest or not, but they did anyway. You, Fabakary Tombong Jatta, and your executive never did that. You did something fake like your consultation when you were fired on by APRC supporters. Fabakary Tombong Jatta, you are not, and you will never be, at a level that I thought you were. Because I thought, despite your lack of capacity, you had respect. You never lied. You stood up for what was right. You had integrity. How wrong was I? How absolutely wrong was I? Let's listen to more lies. He's even criticizing people who are more APRC than him. People who joined the APRC before him. People who were AFPRC before him. This man is only interested. This man is only interested in what he can get out of Barrow. He and his cabal, he and his gang are only interested in what they can get from Barrow. You're different from me. Because me, if you're not competent, I will not support you. If you don't have capacity, I will not support you. But I supported you guys thinking you were the best option. You were the stand-in executive, interim executive of the APRC that will lead us into an election. Listen to him, disrespecting people who are more APRC than Fabakary Tombong Jatta, who've done more for APRC than Fabakary Tombong Jatta. People like Gerending were there since the AFPRC times. Abdou Jajo, Fode Chor, Bakary Sebo Sane, and all the other people, Yaya Tamba, are more APRC than Fabakary Tombong Jatta. They are more loyal to the constitution of APRC than Fabakary Tombong Jatta. They are more loyal to President Jammeh than Fabakary Tombong Jatta. And Fabakary Tombong Jatta send your small attack dogs to go and scour the internet, to comb it, and find any fight that are put up against President Jammeh before impasse 2016. And you will not find a post that I wrote against President Jammeh, even during the impasse or 2017 against President Jammeh. What you saw were comments on people's posts responding to something that somebody wrote. I was never part of UDP. I don't mind being part of UDP if the UDP's current outlook and leadership changes. I've said that before. If UDP is better, 10 times better than the APRC, I'll go and join them. If DOI is 10 times better than the APRC, I'll go and join them. At the moment, the record holder in terms of development in the Gambia is President Jammeh and the APRC. And that's why I am APRC 100%. I have my APRC membership card. I've been giving you guys money. Give me back my $54,000 is Fabakary Tombong Jatta. Every time I ask Sidin Jai, who collected the money on your behalf for that rally at the buffer zone, he says he's no longer APRC. I need to ask Fabakary Tombong Jatta and his executive. Where is my money? $54,000 is, where is it? That is separate from other contributions that are made to the APRC for that rally at the buffer zone on the 28th of October 2017. That's different from the funding that I did to all our MPs in the Fonies and other areas in 2017. Oh, that time I was not UDP. That time I was not genuine APRC. The time that I was defending you guys in Gambian media houses, that time I was not UDP. Oh, now that I'm stopping your disgusting sale of the party to Adama Barrow and your unpatriotic acts and the blatant lies like this one, I am not APRC anymore. Who do you think you are? I will call a lie a lie, and I'll call a liar a liar. And if you're selling your souls to the devil, you sold Gambia for a little bit of money, I will say it too. Because I fear nobody. I bow down to no man. I beg for no favors, no fear anyone's hate. If I want to be UDP, I am a straight shooter. I am blunt, straight, bold. I will say to you guys, APRC, unfortunately, now I'm going to resign from the party because I think UDP is better. If I want to be full GDC, I'll tell you exactly the same. If I want to be full DOI, I don't have two tongues. I fear nobody. I'm a razor blade. I absolutely cut it the way it's supposed to be cut. That's the difference between you and I. You need to survive. In order to survive without skills, you have to lie. You have to connive. You have to deceive. You have to conspire. If you have skills, you have ability to feed yourself, you don't need to do all of that. If you're fearless, you don't need to lie. Where is our money, Fabakary Tombong Jatta? Where's the 1.5 million, $2 million we raised last year? Can your executive give me back my money? Ask Sidinjai, the little boy who held your hand and dragged you to Satan. Ask him. Oh, Lamin Tamba is not genuine APRC. Just because I stood in your way of selling the Gambia. You listen, I'll play the whole audio now. Let me get a drink so you can listen to it. And you can listen to Yankuba Colley too. Yankuba Colley said the No Alliance movement have no supporters. But in the end, he said, it's because of the No Alliance movement that Kande managed to get this many 105,000 voters. These people. Yankuba Colley said Gambia elections are rig-proof. You can't rig them. He said that 2-3 days ago on Star FM. But the same Yankuba Colley said the 2016 elections were rigged. See, this is the difference between intellect and ignorance. And when I say intellect, don't think this is academic education. No. Intellect is actually natural. It's natural. Your ability to think, analyze, have coherent thought is not Western education. It's not academic education. It's God-given. You cannot say one thing in one sentence. The next sentence, you break it down, you destroy it yourself. You cannot invoke the words of God in the Holy Quran, and next minute you're lying. Fabakary Tombong Jatta said, Nka kali al-Quran ola. Lamin Tamba manke APRC, UDP mola. Ngan kali al-Quran ola. Ani mol benu nyoka ne melia President Jammeh campaign Kenya for President Jammeh boindi. No, I never wrote a single thing against President Jammeh or any other party in Gambian politics until I heard there was an impasse in the Gambia. In fact, the opposite is true for Fabakary Tombong Jatta. I wrote glowingly praising President Jammeh on the 2nd or 3rd or 6th of December 2016. I'll find the post and I'll share it on my wall so people can see it. On the 26th of January 2017, I wrote another post praising President Jammeh, and I can share it too. Old man, please have some shame. For a long time since this NAM and NEC were pushing and pulling, I managed to avoid Fabakary Tombong Jatta because I thought he was dragged into this nonsense with the NPP. I didn't think he was part of it. Oh, it turned out Fabakary Tombong Jatta was actually the pioneer. According to Barrow, he was the pioneer of this Jamfa, betraying President Jammeh for Barrow's sake. Oh yeah, Barrow said, Fabakary Tombong Jatta went to him and said, oh, I accept the results of 2016. In fact, you won the election. And he struck a truce, a treaty, secret deal with Barrow since that 2017. Maybe that's why Sidinjai, another traitor, went to Barrow Youthman's launch on the 2nd of December 2017. Maybe that's why, because at that point they've already plotted to betray President Jammeh. They are the same reason why President Jammeh didn't come, because they blocked every step of the way. Everything President Jammeh planned, they told Barrow or they told Barrow government and stopped President Jammeh's return. But Yankuba Colley said it's the No Alliance movement that stopped President Jammeh's return. You listen to FTJ, the rest of his audio. It's disgusting, it's pungent. Listen. Let me get a drink. Wait. Let me play it. What happened to the audio? Okay, sorry, the audio is not playing. I'll play it again. Sorry guys, give me a minute. The audio is just messing about.
mo ya jabe ko ya jabe na furumba kabrin ko ya jabe ko tale na kuna ko meto ko ya jabe na amuta ko den jaay safari jaw baki against ya jabe na man na safar kan mani ka tenge be di atila ya jabe 2017 nani 2017 sabit so ne ya sibaki bala kabrin de to wata foni kam na foni kulito foni kolem nani eti foni anataka foni fasa najo nani bejo karambe bara be je nyama nyala nyama nani na opo banama ni desi ala kalinga ko anu tak nani achira pana wana bande be ta opposition UDP le fasa ka nani UDP na la ka fasa ani NPP GDC ni APRC kolminta nani kodi GDC di APRC bukan karma je ka fatwa ai fero ke le pro sala UDP ka nane nakaka pera itu mampi kuja kunampor UDP nyimol minyeto nane bukana fuko kana kuja alika ko miye umto alijata nane di afrika ngonkem alijata alaji fode jor nane ay alaji fode jor akol wam barewa nyirmu mollati mini ya lonko nane ko ko kam kam kadamaje ndoku nyolem kurum korkora fuja abuni bakar saibo ani emel jamme mo lamin jamme kornay nane abdi emela di bakar saibo di abdu jejo ko korkori fuja bi nane ja isara dauda dunia bebe ya jamme la polifoka nane panu sando jeja de tu anu sane mukana be ya jamme ko tolle be lori ya jamme ko kutila ya jamme ko jojo balka ya jamme be lari la bumul kono ko ko fitra do lim saw mi mol bula momo min diate e bafula ko kande mukana may ko sakke ko ma kana ta so mu kutila wollem ya jamme fasa la ta APRC nane mata ko mi ko fasa gati ya jamme de APRC nakko wala bam nane wala forma be na lon nako kabiri ya jamme jawra bondija nane kana to ko mo met ko kabri na ya jamme apure no jawra babe tubabo le jawra kanu nani ko ma jawra bari imamu no ko ya ko la ni no de kabiri ya jamme famole inante ya nani nan sumu ani fana fanga anata yang fa jawra ya ay jawra mo dan ay bunya bidia nabi la ko cetra ya jawra mana ngelo masana bunya ya no maseno tu mune bentul landila ko mune nane ba ka me bula be fiba wo mari binajam no le kai aha
so Fabakary Tombong Jatta ite alon ne ko hinante yale kam mansa murdina yawre fo bara fele APRC kuruntu jang Jammeh must come back to rally Fabakary Tombong Jatta la organize jang anala executive yeah it only ko Jammeh must come back so they're going to create a rally pour ye domoro fanan keno yed because ka kawle nyaw they organize a rally Fabakary Tombong Jatta's executive they called it a Jammeh must come back rally. They're going to a rally. So Fabakary Tombong Jatta, you said when Jawara was coming back, President Jammeh forgave him and brought him back. So therefore, President Jammeh's return, Barrow has to forgive him so he can come back. Really? Is that what the law says, Fabakary Tombong Jatta, considering you were a lawmaker before? No, the law didn't say that. President Jammeh can come back anytime he wants. If you have any issues to pick with him, you do that. Fabakary Tombong Jatta, so you wasted APRC supporters' money, time. You gave them hope that you were going to go and hold the rally because President Jammeh was going to come. So you organized Jammeh must come back rally because you were going to tell APRC supporters Jammeh is coming. A tactic that you guys were using to swindle money off APRC supporters. You organized a golden rally in Abuko. That was supposed to be President Jammeh's homecoming. Fabakary Tombong Jatta. You see what I'm saying? This is called intellect, which is what they don't have. I've always known that they have capacity issues. The executive of the APRC in its entirety. They had capacity issues, but I was sympathetic to them because they were doing a decent job on the ground as far as opposition was concerned. So I wasn't forced. But one day when I had a push and pull with Yankuba Koli and Bakso in PYFC, I told them in no uncertain terms that out of the 47-member executive of the APRC, if I was the leader of APRC, if they're lucky, I'll retain 2 or 3 of them. They were angry with me. But I told them, because for me, it's not about playing games, double standards, two faces. I don't know how to do that. I am plain. I am straight. You will not like me, but you cannot say I didn't know what his position is. I've been like that from age note. I told him that if I took over the APRC, let's suppose I was the APRC party leader at the time, I'll retain at most 3 out of the 47-person executive committee of the APRC. And this is exactly why. Fabakary Tombong Jatta, you knew, according to this audio in Buyam, where you went to celebrate a victory, but you sounded like you were badly defeated, you lost the election. Maybe the guilty conscience, Fabakary Tombong Jatta, your guilt is beating you up because you've been deceiving APRC supporters for a long time. And when President Jammeh spoke in Kanilai on the 15th of October 2021, you were exposed. You had nowhere to hide, like an ostrich. You said President Jammeh cannot come back until Barrow forgives him and sets the ground for him to return. The law didn't say that, and you were a lawmaker. I wonder what sort of lawmaker you were. Number two, you knew that, but you were deceiving APRC supporters so you can eat from their contributions, their money that they contribute towards every rally, the Asobi money, the T-shirt money. Is that what you were doing it for? To swindle money of your poor supporters? The same supporters you cannot just respect? You can't have the decency to say to supporters, we're thinking about forming an alliance with a political party or political parties. Which party do you think we can work with? You just said, we're going to go on with, struck an alliance with Barrow, whether you like it or not. And when the firefight got too great that you couldn't handle it, you said, oh, we're going to go to a consultation. Consultation that was not properly warned. You didn't tell people you're going to go to consult them so they can think about modalities, options. You just jumped. Oh, tomorrow we're in Marrakech. Next day we're in KMC. Next day we're in North Bank region. Banjul, CRR, URL, ARR. Sham consultation. You knew that a president has to forgive the other president. According to you, Fabakary Tombong Jatta, I know different. I know you're just not telling the truth again. You're just trying to cover the fact that you betrayed President Jammeh, your party leader. The man who made you a household name, Fabakary Tombong Jatta. You betrayed him for your own personal interests. To cover yourself, to cover your shame, to mask your shame, you're saying President Jammeh cannot come back until Barrow forgives him. Because that's what President Jammeh did to Jawara. Jawara didn't leave based on an agreement between UN, Jammeh, ECOWAS, and the EU. Jammeh did. That's a joint communique, Fabakary Tombong Jatta. You know that joint communique? Jammeh can come back anytime he wants. He's a Gambian citizen. If you want to pick him up, for whatever reason, you go and pick him up. Jammeh left based on an agreement, a joint communique, joint declaration between Barrow government, Jammeh himself, ECOWAS, AU, and the UN. Fabakary Tombong Jatta, you know that. Jawara didn't. Jawara was overthrown by the military. Fabakary Tombong Jatta, you said it's Barrow that needs to forgive Jammeh to come back. But Fabakary Tombong Jatta, when did you know that? Why did you fool APRC supporters 3 times? Jammeh must come back rally, the Golden Rally in Abuko, and that great march to the coastal road end of the Gambia to submit your petition to the EU, ECOWAS, AU, and UN to call them to return Jammeh to Gambian soil in accordance with the joint declaration of 21 January 2017. Fabakary Tombong Jatta, when did you know that? So you were fooling APRC supporters so that they can give you their little money so you can feed off it and feed your family with it. Oh, I was never APRC. Oh, okay, so Fabakary Tombong Jatta, you want me to resign from APRC? Give me back my money. Refund all the APRC supporters who've been funding you. You're contradicting yourself along the way, all the way. Intellect is not there. You guys just talk, you don't think. You contradict yourself every step of the way. You send APRC supporters contributing, hiring gele-geles, slaughtering cattle, contributing their own livestock or the little that they have, market women. You don't feel sorry for people? You took all that money and shared it between yourself? APRC accounts were empty, you told us. Where's all that money gone? Barrow's giving you money. Where is it? The poor APRC supporters are getting nothing out of it. Fabakary Tombong Jatta. You see, I didn't want to talk about you like this because I've avoided you since July when the NAM and the NEC started. Because I thought you were dragged into it. Until Barrow spoke at the Sukuta rally, I thought you were dragged into it. Before Barrow exposed you at the Sukuta rally, I thought Rambo and the other unscrupulous elements in the executive, crooks, dragged you into it. Little did I know that you were the head of them all. Fabakary Tombong Jatta, I didn't want to talk about you like this. You called for it. I am responding to your diatribe. I am responding to your poignant speech in Buyang. Oh, absolutely. Oh, for the love of God. You listen to these people. Let me play Yankuba Colley's one. Yeah? And you hear how Yankuba Colley himself basically contradicted himself all the way. He said no alliance movement has no supporters, but he said it's the no alliance movement that gave Mama Kandeh that large support base because Mama Kandeh's supporters were all taken by Barrow, or he lost all his supporters. But then you turned around and said nobody knows the executive of the no alliance movement. Nobody follows them. They don't have any following. And Yankuba Colley was more than happy to say, in fact, now they're having meat from Barrow. They're eating meat. You see the difference between them and I? Even when I was in Gambia, I was surviving off my own sweat. I didn't need anyone to survive off of. These people, they need to go and beg the incumbent. Every incumbent that comes, they'll support that incumbent. Because that's the only way they can survive. They have no other skill other than sucking up, bending down, bending over, and allowing people to have them. That's all they can do. If Mama Kandeh won this election, before you know it, they'll endorse Mama Kandeh. Oh, well, man, my daddy, domi President Jammeh, so my daddy la, daddy, President Jammeh is gone. Now Barrow is daddy, Barrow Mosing daddy. Oh, domi President Jammeh, domi Adama Barrow. Next thing you know, domi Mama Kandeh, domi Abdullah Jammeh, domi Usainu Dabo. This is how they hustle money from the incumbents. They have no ability to achieve anything by themselves. So therefore, they bend over and allow people to have them from the rear. This is all they do. Next incumbent, they'll move to the incumbent. And the next incumbent, they'll move to that one. Because they have no means of survival other than going with the incumbent. Because Africa is all about stomach infrastructure. Support the incumbent so you can eat. Oh, we're going to go to Barrow for reconciliation. What reconciliation? Or national unity. What national unity? Barrow has been more divisive in this presidential campaign than any campaign we've had before. Oh, yeah. Oh, he's gone. Or Jammeh has to come back only when Barrow wants to. You knew that. Why did you fool APRC supporters to go into these places contributing their own money? I'll play Yankuba Colley's audio so you can hear him. I'll fast forward it to where he starts contradicting himself. Yeah? You guys listen.
Thank you very much. Okay, you see that in the president.
I think at minute 24, that's when Yankuba Colley started talking rubbish, basically. Listen, minute 24. Yankuba Colley says, the No Alliance Movement, Bugun Jammeh ya Jammeh. It's in Wolof, but I'll translate it.
It's an honorary position. You know. That's him. The Yaga mom, we cannot do Rajana for. Then you call mislead. She got a fair. Mufio Ale, you because you call mislead, then call mislead. Bugun Jammeh, you go. Namala Lena. You cannot ban President Jammeh. This no to alliance. They hate him, they don't want him to come back. You cannot ban than any other person in this country. Even UDPs and you cannot ban President Jammeh. This no to alliance to APRC.
Yankuba Koli. What did Baitula call him again? What name did he call him? Kembu Janela for Fenko Janela? I don't know. Wait. You guys wait. Yeah, wait.
These people, you don't give them anything.
Wait, guys, wait. Just give me a second. I'll play Yankuba Koli's audio in a minute. Just give me a second. Wait, the man has got absolutely no brains, basically. No brains whatsoever. You guys wait. Give me a second, please. Okay, let me play Yankuba Koli's audio so you can listen to it again. Sorry, people sending me loads of messages. I put my phone on aeroplane mode again because it's going bonkers.
So, man, you don't mind taking about this. Why I don't discuss about them. It's not true alliance. I don't discuss about them.
No, Yankuba Koli, you can't discuss with us. You have no capacity. You can't go into any argument with anyone. You don't make sense.
My agenda. Huh? Man suma gene fi fuma ko fi ci Gambia na am fi nek ñaari ni set nañ ne Yankuba Koli ngi
déglu ko déglul waaje listen to the man because people recognize him in the street. He thinks he makes sense. Listen.
That's the truth. Send me big man for one like people like Jeremy. Koku yana ngai koku mo. Koku dara fen. Taw na election binut. Dimbale nañ ko fofu dimbale bo xala bu muy no tamit. Koku ci lamen bu ndaw bi ni rek. Ci constitution bu ndaw wo.
Yankuba Koli, if you wasn't President Jammeh, don't must have win Ben election. Since President Jammeh left Yankuba Koli, where did you win in any election in the Gambia? Did Rambo win KMC? No. If it wasn't for phone, you will have no MPs, Yankuba Koli. You won the KMC race because of President Jammeh. Simple as that. Otherwise, go and stand now without Barrow's money. You will not win KMC, Yankuba Koli. You will flunk big time because you have absolutely nothing to offer. Your development, yes, you did well for KMC during your time, but that was the President Jammeh effect. It was President Jammeh who was developing every single part of the Gambia at the same rate, same pace when you were mayor of KMC. So please, look at yourself properly before you talk next time and think, Yankuba. Don't talk before you think. All right? Listen.
Su fekkee am na ci ab mbiram léegi fu fi mu taxawoon ak fi mu jógee ko biir foole jeex na te sool ñu nag léegi lan la APRC di jubal nag léegi we know ne ay élections a ngi ñëw of course but pour gën a defaraat parti bi ñun kay ñu ngi defar suñ parti bu baax a baax a baax
defaru leen ko de Fabakary Tombong Jatta disgusting speak defaru leen parti bu baax
ñu gën a taxawal
acca leen rek continue leen defend rek
to make sure that the next parliamentary election ñu am ay seats yu bari foofu ci parliament bi councillors election tamit ñu am a lot of seats local government waaw am nañ ne dinañ win some seats local government nañ nekk at least something waaw ci local government xam naa loolu and national assembly also we'll have seats because with our coalition.
Who is Yankuba Koli talking about? Is that NPP or APRC? Are they going to come back to the APRC to put APRC candidates for the National Assembly elections or not? No, they're not going to do that. They're going to go and help Barrow succeed. That's what they told us in PYFC in 2018. They're going to help Barrow succeed. The APRC executive saying that. Yeah? That's what they were saying. You understand? So, Yankuba Koli, which MPs are you talking about? Are you going to put up APRC MPs or NPP MPs? Which is which? Because Barrow, you're not in alliance with Barrow. Barrow doesn't talk about you as a partner. Yeah? Yankuba Koli, which candidates you going to put forward? APRC or NPP? He's not even talking. You listen to his word. This is what tells you these people are not educated. And again, I'll stress this. When I say not educated, it doesn't mean Western education. Even people who go to Arabic school are very intelligent. They're sharp. People who never been to school are intelligent and they're sharp. If it's a natural gift, you get it. If it's not a natural gift, you can sit these people in class for 11 years, 6 years in primary school, 5 years in high school like Barrow, or another 4 years in secondary school like Yankuba, Koli, and Rambo, and they still will not be able to get any intellect. Nobody can penetrate their heads. You understand? So I'm not talking about Western education. It's called smartness. Natural. It's gifted. There's some of it that you can train. Some of it you acquire. But natural intellect alone is enough to make somebody a wise person. You think first, you calculate, you put things together before you open your mouth. You understand? Listen to how he's going to contradict himself again. You listen.
50, 51, 49.
In my world, if I spend 5 years learning a language or a subject, I will master it. All right? 11 years, no problems. 15, 13, 14, 15 years, come on. If you cannot master the basics of anything in this world, after studying it for 11 to 15 years, you have no intellect. Simple as that. It can be Arabic, can be English, can be Hindi, can be Urdu, can be Punjab, whatever you call it. If you spend 11 years learning it and you can't master the basics, I'm not saying you'll be top of the range, the top echelon, no. I'm saying the basics you have to master. These people are even worse than Barrow. No wonder they find Barrow appealing, because they are just as poor, if not worse than Adama Barrow himself. He went to primary school several years, some say 9 years, went to high school, yeah? For how many years? Absolutely, Barrow cannot articulate himself. He cannot construct a decent paragraph in English. All right? These same people applies to this Koli, Yankuba Koli guy, same Rambo guy, the same people who are disrespecting us now. We that stood up and fought for them, helped them out, represented them in every single platform there is to make sure they looked good. They're the same people who've got big mansions today thanks to President Jammeh. They got everything. They traveled everywhere thanks to President Jammeh. They betrayed him. And now they're talking trash because they think Barrow's supposed win has erased their sins, their lies, their scams, their fraud that they subjected APRC supporters to. That's what they think. Barrow's supposed win didn't erase their sins. It didn't cleanse them. It didn't change their characters. They are still lying, deceiving, conniving, conspiring people. Simple as that. No way of making this nice. I'm telling them exactly the same way. The disrespect that they're dishing out to us now, we give it back to them. I will give it back to them. I don't know about somebody else. I will dish it back to them. I've been nice for 5 years, supported them, stood up for them, took the hit, took the bullets for these people. Now, because they got a little bit of money from Barrow, they can disrespect President Jammeh. They can respect the majority of APRC supporters. They can disrespect me. They will get it back from me. Other people can leave them. They can continue talking trash. I am averse at talking trash. I can reduce these people without using one insult word like I'm doing now. They have no intellect. They're just talking. The lips going. All right? Listen to him.
Some partners will have shapes. You want to clear you want to have a strong base parliament. How many swing president Bilum Bugarek? Guy de Falco, Nimore. Wow. Like most of them, you know, right now, they're going to then Buganega, then Bugatao, then Tao, then humiliate. Could you Tao to you go humiliate Makoa? Because how much your Tao GDC and your tower, not APRC. You can't do any of those. Not APRC. They're not APRC. In fact, we are seeing them as not APRC.
We're not APRC. See, the same line Fabakary Tombong Jatta was using. See what these people talk about when they sit together themselves? They talk trash. They have no other ability. Low life. This is all they talk about. We're not APRC. The same people who's been contributing and giving you money to feed your families. Yeah? I don't need none of your money to feed my family. You guys need money to feed your families. That's why you went to borrow.
You lena support as APRC. Why ñom té ñi nekk ci kanam di len influence di len nax di len wax lu dul am. Tay la président Jammeh di ñew dédé éleg la président Jammeh di ñew dédé gannaaw éleg la président Jammeh.
Who was telling people President Jammeh is going to come? Was it not Yankuba Colley, Rambo, Fabakary Tombong Jatta, Doudou Dia, Bori Colley, Amul Nyas, and all their executives that were holding rallies? 3. Jammeh must come back rally, the Golden Rally, and took people to the Coastal Road. Did you ever hear the No Alliance movement saying, we're going to bring President Jammeh back? What we said in the No Alliance movement was, Mama Kande wins, Jammeh is going to come back immediately if he wants to. Straight. Yeah. Listen to Yankuba Colley. When did the No Alliance movement hold a rally or go to organize a march around the Coastal Road to say President Jammeh will come back? When? Guys, listen, I'm struck dumb with that astonishment. I absolutely have become speechless. Listen, he said we the ones who are telling people that Jammeh is going to come back. Listen.
Every day President Jammeh na ñew. Ka len fini mu ngeen wax mom ngeen ñu nako.
Yankuba ñun nawuñ kendi dañ oote nañi ku saamaay President Jammeh wax ak nit ñi ñu oote nit ñi fële Kanilai President Jammeh dafa wax ngeen dégg ko yëpp mu dismiss leen mu daaxaleen yéen di betrayers di traitors yéen la daaxa so ban façon ñi nax la Yankuba Colley. You see these people is Yankuba Colley deaf or something? He didn't hear President Jammeh talk in Kanilai at APRC, GDC, GAP, Independent Alliance rallies. Oh my goodness. Which school did this guy attend? Yankuba Colley. I know he's a former police officer. And according to people, he used to sell charcoal to survive, which is fine. It's his profession. I don't have problems with that. But I'm just asking for the sake of it. What is he talking about? He didn't hear President Jammeh talk? No Alliance movement didn't fool anyone. We didn't hold any rally to tell people that President Jammeh is going to come and didn't present President Jammeh. We said if we win, President Jammeh is going to come. Yankuba Colley's Barrow said he will not bring President Jammeh back. But Yankuba Colley and his people said they're going to Barrow so that he can bring Jammeh back. Are these people for real? Are they normal people? Do they think? Have they got any shame? Goodness me. Wow. Okay, let me play the audio so you can listen to him again.
President Jammeh is bigger than that.
President Jammeh mo opalolo why Yanko betray traitor just for the sake of money.
To that level. Man, President Jammeh is bigger than that.
It's bigger than that, but you lied to the APRC supporters and President Jammeh, Yankuba Colley. You lied to him. You betrayed him. You're a traitor. You took money. Yankuba Colley himself was fighting Rambo when he was campaigning for KMC mayor. Yankuba was fighting and refusing to support Rambo's bid for KMC mayor. They were undermining the APRC party from inside. Even Rambo himself said, Yankuba Colley said, he will never allow Rambo to become KMC mayor. He'll never see Rambo become KMC mayor in 2018. They were having serious rifts, serious beef. But when money comes, Satan comes, these people, they will go and dance with the devil. That's what they're doing right now.
And that I know is bigger than what is happening right now. Not correct. Because situation so they some of them don't want him to come. Then go ban by APRC. You neka ci garaw. You neka ci non coalition. Mang lena advice len na ñu join sen party. Mo len yu
ñew join kan ñew join kan Adama Barrow suñ ban party xana yow APRC candidates nga taxawal National Assembly election wala NPP candidates faram fancel lolu wax ñu ko mu leer because li nga wax ni niruna Barrow nga buga support pour Barrow mëna taxawal on NPP support da nga fokk APRC supporters dañu ñew join sen groupe bi ni groupe Halis groupe Betrayal groupe Traitors groupe Fenkat ñu ñew join leen pour ngeen dem support Barrow mu am MP na parliament pour Barrow jël suñu alal bi yépp jokk bitim rew duñ ko def tay, duñ ko def elect, and this National Assembly elections coming. If you don't put APRC supporters forward, you'll be shamed. Trust me. Listen to him again, contradict himself.
So if you see Mama Kande minister, okay, we are very proud today.
GDC Mama Kande dogo GDC dogo te Mama Kande amna 105,000 votes te lolo luñ hamangom la ñun ñu ngi challenge election results yi Mama Kande lo am ku dem open 105,000 votes yen nak ñi dem Barrow. How many APRC supporters ñoo votal Barrow? How many APRC supporters ñoo jox Barrow sen karta? Do you think the votes you Barrow am yenata Barrow am votes yoyu? Are those votes genuine in the first place? Nañ xam Degal mune Elway. Deglu mune ñu ci kaw Elway. They're eating meat. Because if they don't go to the incumbent, this man cannot afford meat. He can't eat it. He was so broke a couple of years ago. The man says he's now eating meat. Elway is Jola for meat. He's eating meat. This is their motivation. That's all it is. Party, jag, and you'll hear the audio where Fabakary Tombong Jatta told him that the $10,000 he gave him for the party, he was probably going to spend it on women, jegs. Yeah? You listen. That's all they care about. That's their motivation. You understand? Meet, eat, party, enjoy themselves. Meanwhile, the country is being plunged into the deep, dark, disgusting pit. You listen.
Bubasa. Wow. Bubasa. Wow. They celebrate, you celebrate what? We continue our celebration. And then you are swinging and then you learn the Amurus Sapatilla. Nidelena. Ilena Nunu, Buin Jami President Buin Yom Sen Jama. Tenena. Nagai by Finia and you know. Name by GDC being top and you know.
The Union President Jammeh Moisun Party leader Kokola Nyotopa, according to the APRC constitution, Yao Yankoba Koli, you're no longer APRC executive. Demal Folane, Demal NPP, Solal Gray of NPP, nga desk fofu nono. Bogunila APRC, unless you want to come back to full APRC, even Bobu, Nekatulo APRC executive, you were dismissed the right way, like the way you guys recommended the dismissal of other people. He said, Elway, meet. Look at his face. Yeah?
GDC ñom ñoo taxaw ñu na dem rek mu dem ñu na dem rek mu dem bi ñeela ñoo coalition ak Baro GDC ñoo ñëk taxaw ñu ne lu dalul wara am ñu criticize ne loolu warta am ñu criticize President Jammeh ñu criticize everybody ñu déggé ko forward légui GDC biñ gisé né légui ñoo ñu crisis bobu nonu am ñu capitalize onto that ñu bëgg seen jama ñu seen jama nekku fa seen jama fi mu nekk mooy nañ ñëw ci APRC ñu nekk ci Mama Kande duñ APRC de boo xam leen ne they are no APRC
ñun nekku ni APRC Mayor Koli Yankuba Koli what are we ñun nekku ni APRC but you're still saying we need to come back to APRC. Hi, is this man all right? In primary 4 I was having elocution debates and reading poems for my school. I wasn't this bad. He said, we're not APRC, but he's saying, Nine Delusi APRC. How can you not be APRC? You never see Mama Kande doing APRC. Why Nine Delusi APRC? Does this guy listen to himself at all? Oh my God. God Almighty. Listen.
Prove it to them that they are no APRC.
They go to learn that?
Ben APRC. So the best is Nolan APRC. ñu yóbbu suñ parti bi dañ ko war a gën a dëgëral nañ ko yóbbu waaw lii moo fa nekka boobu advice laa jox suma gaay and the Gambian people tamit su nekkee bii mooy sa you have some more to ask then Gambian people yi tamit maa ngi leen a ñaan di c'est clear victory UDP muñ leen ngeen reformat seen booba properly ngeen look out for another election waaye election bii ñàkk ngeen ko because man dama gisul li ngeen evidence bi ngeen a yóbbu to the courts pour ñu mun a annul these elections te suñ taxawoon tey ñoo UDP again li ñu am nii dañ ko yokka President Barrow lu mu am nii right now daf ko yokka
so President Barrow really
Understand?
Man, I forgot you're talking about APRC. Nangel si APRC for APRC muna tahawal bopa. Wow.
This country is our country together. Nanyen boka ñu liggéey ko. Boro ba ñoom ci seen bopa Adama is there Adama. So let them come out and support him. Ba ñu faté ñeneen ñi ba pare nañ faté ñun so-called leaders suñ xalaat ñaareel ñoom ñun ñooy enjoy ñoom duñ enjoy so buñ def loo xam ne daf leen a toroxal na sanga ñun leaders yi suñ leen waxee suñ doom yi duñ ci dee bokka kuñ di jege du si bokk suñ jabar duñ si bokka ñoom la seen jabar yee seen doom yi torox nañ understand loolu man I don't want to be a selfish politician.
You are very selfish.
Ku nekk nga reflect sa boppa.
You are very selfish.
Ma dimbale nii su ma dugalee ki fitna.
Because of your selfishness, you worked against Rambo. You campaigned against Rambo in KMC mayoral race. And Rambo told me that. Yeah? And you didn't want Rambo to win. Because that time, you were not talking to Rambo. You were cats and dogs in the APRC executive. You understand? When the money came, borrow money come, as soon as he knocked, I don't know what they took to the APRC bureau. Since that money, borrow money came, you guys lost your heads completely. Yeah? So, sir, tell me something else. Listen to him again, Yankuba Koli. So, now stop Lulu. No, don't they what digger? Don't they what digger, Yankuba Koli? This is the problem. Yeah, Samasi, dolen de wat dega. Yena neka the full APRC supporters, the len fenal de wa ken hamut. Yeah? If you tell the truth, you told APRC supporters this is what's going on. Yeah? This wouldn't be happening. You understand? Wait. You listen.
Kan laa dimbale ki maa dimbale nii su ma dugalee ci fitna moom dafa rica balaa ko balde aga fekk man dee naa ba pare o man su man lii dee nañ ba pare so nañ stop loolu ñun jiit yi nga xam ne ñoo jiite nit ñi nañ leen wax dëgga rasanga buñ leen wax loo xam ne duñ seen njëriñ buñ leen wax loo xam ne buñ selfish let's say the truth all the time loolu mooy yóbbu réew mi waaye not ñu nekk ni because ñun dama bëgg a place rek dama bëgg a nekk lii rek so xaaral ma jaxase nit ñi rek su ko defee ma nekk ko ñooñu adde nekk ko ndeysaan ñooñu ay poor people ñooñu start di sofa yow yaa ngi naan sa tii sa kër yaa ngi taal sa yaa condition moto woo kër woo everywhere sa doom yaa going to school ñoom sa doom yaa not going to school ñoom seen doom yaa ngi dem school su dee fii yow nañ leen feneen fu ñoo demee school yow amuloo doole jooju comme bu ñu kenn dugal ci xeex kenn bu ñu dugal ci yooyu noonu ku ñu ko wax nañ ko wax ne sa doom ji nañoo mu liit waleen ko gaay ku leen ne nañ xeex wax ko ne ana sa doom su ne mu ne ko ñëwal ñu ànd a dem ñëwal nga jiitu ñu topp sa gannaaw comme que sa baay moo ne bi xeex yow ñëwal nga jiitu doo si gis kenn doomam kenn ki ñoom doomam du génn so why should they allow that why should we allow that bu leen ñu toppa ñun ñoo suñu ñun ñoo nekk ci kanam ñun njëriñ lañ see am rek ana ñii dee fan la njëriñ bi biñ ko am rem nas ngeen dee am lu tuuti lu ñu am ci suñ po ñu waaye junk of them li ñu am yéen doo leen ko am so why should you people allow yourself to die for somebody go am ne die leen at a just cause waaw man loolu la ñaan maa ngi gërëm ñëpp ci élection bi ben very well free of intimidation.
Really?
Very free.
Really? Free of intimidation?
Very free of violence. And it was free and fair. Congratulations, President Adama Hino Cairo Barrow.
Listen. Nafikebal fele. Oh my God. These people, eh? Okay, that's Yankuba Koli. Anyway, he said a lot of things that basically have exposed him big time. Yeah? So I'm not going to go into that. I just wanted to respond to Fabakary Tombong Jatta and Yankuba Colley. I'll come and do an election special now before the trial start at the Supreme Court. Based on what information I have, based on information that's before all of us, and based on many other things. But this is the APRC executive. They're not even talking about APRC coming together anymore. No. They want to continue to give the party to Barrow, to help Barrow succeed like they told us in 2018, in subliminal language. People like me read it. But what I thought in 2018 was they were going to defect, yeah, and go to, basically go to Barrow. Some of them will defect. I didn't think they were going to take a big party like APRC and hand it to Barrow. I never thought that was going to happen. But that's what they did in the end. So therefore, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to hold this too long. I wanted to stay here for just an hour, and it's going to close to 2 hours now. I wanted you to hear the audio yourself of Fabakary Tombong Jatta so that you know I didn't make anything I wrote today on my wall, on my both walls. I didn't make it up. It's Fabakary Tombong Jatta basically lying blatantly before the world again, just like the same way they lied that Jammeh sent them to Barrow. Even if Jammeh sent them to Barrow, but in the end he said no, they should have come back to APRC. This is how you know integrity. We, the No Alliance movement, said, if Jammeh says we go with Barrow, we'll go with Barrow. If Jammeh says he's opposed to it, as we knew he was opposed to it, Fabakary Tombong Jatta and his people should also come with us. They refused. So why did they go to Barrow? They signed a pact with the devil. Barrows made them dirty. He tied their hands to lampposts. They couldn't pull out. For them, it's easier for them to betray President Jammeh, who's not in their face, than Barrow, who is in their face. And this is exactly what they did. Jammeh is miles away. Betray him, he can do nothing about it. Betray his supporters, betray APRC supporters, lie to them, con them, defraud them, and then go to Barrow and pocket more money. And the poor APRC supporters will get nothing in return. That's what they did. Yeah? That's exactly what they did. I didn't make it up. You heard the audio yourselves. You heard Yankuba Colley's audio yourself. Yankuba Colley's audio is longer than that. He spoke a lot of rubbish in it. I don't want to go through it. I'm just telling you that the No Alliance movement is clean, has got more integrity, has got more patriots, have got more honest people in there, and we still want to save the future of APRC and put APRC candidates forward for this National Assembly election. But these people who've been dismissed are refusing to return the APRC's intellectual property. They're still holding out. You don't want to put your party to an election. You don't want to respect President Jammeh. You don't want to respect the executive. You don't want to respect the party's constitution. Why can't you hand the party back? Why is Fabakary Tombong Jatta holding on to his leadership? He said he was not interested in it. He's going to resign and he's going to move on. Why is Fabakary Tombong Jatta still fighting to be APRC party leader? Why is he fighting to hold on to the APRC? Just hand the APRC party back to the people. We will put APRC candidates up for National Assembly elections. We will develop APRC and make it election ready again, fit and firing. Fabakary Tombong Jatta and his executive failed to do that. They defrauded the Gambian people. They defrauded APRC supporters, and they're going to Barrow to commit more fraud and get more money for their pockets. All right? We are saying, we Gambian nationals, Gambia-loving people, development-oriented people, people who love our country and the subcontinent and the whole of Africa, we're saying we will not follow them to Barrow. They come back to APRC 100%. We hold a Congress, select a new APRC executive, and they can stay as ordinary members or they can go to Barrow. They can even remain in NPP if they want. We don't have problems with that. Just hand the party back to President Jammeh, its founder, its creator, its leader, rightful leader as resolved by 2 Congresses. Thank you very much. On that note, I end this Facebook Live. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.